purpose of today is to help walk you through creating a 4-year plan for high school and beyond. The primary purpose of a 4-year plan is to keep a roadmap in front of us so we make sure that we can meet all our graduation requirements and graduate on time. Step 1. Navigate to Zello. Whether you're in 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, or 11th grade, you will have a lesson that says Create Your 4-Year High School Plan. If you're in an upper grade in high school, it might say Update Your 4-Year High School Plan. Click on that link to begin. Inside this link, you notice it says Stop, this lesson cannot be completed until directed by your teacher or counselor. It is a good idea to do this with direction from others, but you do have the ability to complete it on your own. Where it says click here to view plan, that will create a copy for you in your Google Drive. When you're prompted, would you like to make a copy? Please say yes. This document now lives in your Google Drive. Notice it says copy of 4-year plan at the top, and we can fill this out together. This is created in Google Sheets, and Google Sheets is simply an item that has boxes for us that we can fill in. If at any time you accidentally erase something, you can use the Control-Z key or the undo button located at the top in order to get back something that you maybe deleted by accident. Please fill out the contact information on the top of this form. Use your first and last legal name and not a nickname that you might go by in class. It's also important that you have your student ID and current grade level. Remember, we can update this in future years, so please put the grade level that you're currently in. For 3 careers of interest, please put ideas that you have, and it could be just something you're interested in exploring. So for example, maybe you're interested in being an electrician, but you also have an idea that you might want some sort of design or art job. It's okay to be a little bit vague if you're not exactly sure of the name, but do list 3 current careers you're exploring in high school. For post-high school plans, please mark the highest level of education you think you might need. So if you're even considering going to college or university, or just not sure if a job might need it, you may want to check that, as it's important to take certain courses in high school to make sure you're ready. Although if you're 100% certain you'd like to go to trade or technical school, or maybe the military, please go ahead and check that. For actions you have taken, everyone has been working in Zello, which means we've researched careers of interest, but please do review these other options, as you may have done some of them as well. Please also fill in your current counselor's name so that we know who your counselor was that you may have worked with. It's now time to complete your actual 4-year plan. You will notice there are 4 sections, 1 for each grade, and some have drop-downs. We've added drop-down menus for ease, as these courses are either required or you'll need to take at least something in this core subject in the grade that's listed. Off to the side here, we have checkboxes, and we'll be checking those off along the way. This does not say that I've completed and taken the course, but we're just checking off that we have entered all the necessary credits so we know we can graduate on time. Where you see a choice box with a line underneath, you'll actually be typing in courses from the new online course catalog. Please note that if you are looking up course names in the course catalog, that if it says 1.0 credit or 2 semesters, it will be filling in 2 boxes on your plan. If you see 0.5 or 1 semester, that means in your 4-year plan, it will only be in 1 box. So let's get started. First, complete the English section for each grade. It's important that you look back to Skyward to your academic record to see which courses you've already taken. To add a course, simply click to Add, and then you'll see there are choices available. If the course you took in grade 9, 10, 11, or 12 is not listed, for the most part there should be an option that says Other English course not listed. I'm going to go ahead and check grade 9 English. And notice that this is a year-long course, so I want to add it to both first and second semester. When you get farther down in grades 11 and 12, you notice you do have quite a few more options. It is important that you check with your counselor as we get to these upper grades if you are thinking about the college or university route, which course would be best for you. Now that English is complete, we can check the box that we have entered our 4 years, either planned or already have taken these courses. Let's move on to math. For math, your course sequence is usually predetermined by your previous year's math and teacher recommendation. Some CTE courses do count for math, but it's important to remember that colleges and universities sometimes like specific math courses that we call quantitative, the higher we get in our math journey. But do think about taking math all 4 years if college is in your future. So, for example, for math, you notice that my freshman year I have just 3 choices. If you took something different than what was listed, you of course have the other math course not listed that you can use as an option. Math is usually a year-long course, so your math courses will continue on 2 levels or 2 sections. These should be listed in the order that you're going to take them. So if you know, for example, you're in Algebra 1 now, geometry is listed next in the list, and you can go ahead and add that in. Notice as I get farther down, Algebra 2 would be another choice. Now I don't see math listed senior year because some students may not take the math if they're not on a university track. So where I see choice, this is also another area where I could add a math course. And these would be found best in the online course catalog to look up my choices that I could have as my math electives. So for example, I know Math in Society is a senior level math course, and I could add that in. So please go ahead and add math, and do remember that if you have college in your future, you're going to want to use one of your choice sections to fill in for math. Once you have at least 3, maybe 4, you can go ahead and check the math section off as entered on your 4-year plan. Now we're on to science. It's important to note for science, you will want to take it at least 3 years, although some students also use a choice section their senior year to fill in an additional science, especially if they're either interested in health sciences or the science fields, or they're interested in going to a university that recommends full 4 years of science. There are many CTE courses that also count for science credit. This is one of those sections where you'll want to pause and take a moment to review all the courses in the catalog. Many of our courses have been updated and also include information about whether you get college and the high school credit. If you see CIHS listed, that means not only will you get your high school credit, but you can also get college credit for free. If, for example, you see courses listed that it says this course is taken in conjunction with another course, that means half a semester will be the first course listed and half of the course will be the second course listed. So take a moment to review all of your amazing offerings in the sciences and then fill out your course plan for science. Don't forget to check off science when you have at least 3 credits listed. History coursework or social studies, we need at least 3 credits in order to graduate. Really, each year you'll have 2 choices, a regular track and an advanced placement or AP track that can be used to get some additional college credit if you choose to take the AP exam associated with the coursework. As you can see here on my plan, social studies starts in grade 10. When you choose the drop-down, you will choose World History and World Geography, then U.S. History for junior year, both semesters, and finally Contemporary World Problems and
senior civics. You may see additional courses listed in the course catalog. Those can be added later as choice electives once we get to the end of this presentation.
Please also don't forget to check off social studies once you've filled in the necessary courses. Next up on our 4-year plan is to fill in our PE and health credits, which should equal a total of 2 credits. Freshmen take 0.5 PE and 0.5 health credits. But note that in order to get to the 2.0 credits needed to graduate, you will take 3 semester PE classes and 1 semester of a health class. Definitely consider electives of options, and some CTE courses do give PE credit. PE may be substituted for a high school athletics season at half a year or 0.5 credit for each season complete. The credit, though, is waived, not actually earned, so you would need to replace another 0.5 credit with another elective course. Please make sure you talk to your counselor if you are playing a sports season and you would like to take care of this option, as there is some paperwork required. For now, go to your plan. Please choose your options for freshman year, and then find another spot, maybe in a choice section, where you can add some PE credits in. And when you do, go ahead and check off that box that you have a full 2.0 credits of PE and health. Next up on our plan is world language. You will need to take at least 2 credits of world language or 2 full years in order to graduate. If you are college bound, some colleges prefer 3 years, so you'll want to check with the college or university you're interested in applying for if that is the route for you. There are some CTE courses that count for world language, such as ASL or American Sign Language. If you read, write, and speak another language, see your counselor if you're interested in testing to see if you can get up to 4.0 credits of world language for knowing another language. You may, however, substitute 2 credits or 2 years for PPR or Personal Pathway Requirement courses if you are 100% certain you are not college bound. However, for the sake of our plan, we're going to add world language into it, and then if you have a unique situation, we can always change that later and take it off. So go ahead and pause this video and add world language onto your plan. Now that you have checked off that you have world language either started or planned in your 4-year plan, it's important we move on to fine art. Fine art, you will also need 2.0 credits in order to graduate. You'll definitely want to consider elective options of interest, and this is a great time to pause and head on over to the catalog. We definitely have art courses that count in our visual and performing section of our course catalog, such as choir, band, jazz, ensemble. However, if you look to CTE, many of our courses also count for 2-for-1 credit. This is indicated where it says graduation requirement. If you see CTE and fine arts listed, this often means that these courses can either count 2-for-1 or you can choose where you would like to take the credit. So please don't forget to look there for some additional fine arts options that might be of interest to you. You may, however, substitute 1.0 of art credit or 1 year for an additional course if it meets your personal pathway requirement. What that means is if you speak with your counselor and tell her you have a different path you're working towards, you can substitute those courses and just take a year of fine art. For the sake of our course plan, we're going to make sure we have 2.0 credits listed on our plan, and then we can also check that off the box. CTE courses, or career and technical education courses, is the second to last section we need to fill in our course plan. You need 1.0 CTE credits to graduate. However, if you fill in 2 credits or 2 years of CTE courses in the same sequence, this can help you meet a graduation pathway requirement, much like testing can. Some CTE courses offer dual credit, which means you get college credit and high school credit at the same time, 2-for-1 credit, and or college in the high school. Make sure to go to the new online course catalog and open each section that says CTE, and then it lists the different areas that we have of focus. There's many courses to explain and a lot of information, and we'd love for you to use these CT courses to help you develop an idea of what you might want to do. Go ahead and pause this video and add some CTE courses to your plan. These would be filled in the choice section, and then you can check that off once you've added them. The last section of our 4-year plan we want to make sure we fill out is that we have 4 credits of other electives. This is where you can choose courses that meet your post-high school plan, and you can use them to explore career ideas or areas of interest.
If we take a look at a sample plan here from Legacy, you can see that if I have college in my future, I may have already added an extra math course for 1.0 and potentially an extra science class for 1.0 if you wanted 4 years of each of those subjects, as we mentioned in our earlier presentation. These courses marked in yellow technically count for an elective because they're filling a spot you don't need for graduation, but you may need for your university plans. Now, in blue, I've highlighted all the rest of the areas where you can add elective courses. Elective courses could be anything that you choose, as long as it's of interest to you and you think that it will help you get somewhere for your career and college plans. So please use this time to spend some ideas thinking, what would I put where? Where do I want maybe an extra fine art class? Or would I like an extra social studies class? Maybe there's a fine art or career and technical education course that I'm interested in. I need at least 4 electives, but please note on Legacy Plan, I have room for many, many more. Congratulations! You now have completed a 4-year plan. There's just a few questions at the bottom that we're going to address, and then we're going to turn in our plan. First, this checkbox says that you acknowledge that you may select classes to meet your interest and choose to waive your 2.0 foreign language and or 1 credit of fine art if you're not college bound as part of your personal pathway options. This simply means that if you choose that university might not be in your future, you can meet with your counselor and ask them if you can replace some of these courses. This does not happen automatically, though, and you need to actually speak with them in order to make sure these are the right choices for you so you still meet your graduation requirements. So you can check off that box that you've been given this information. The second item to address is that you must meet a graduation pathway through testing requirements or through a sequence of CTE courses in order to graduate. Many students take our SBAC in ELA and math, and if you pass those, this can count as your graduation requirement. Some students choose to take the military or ASVAB testing, but many of our students take a sequence of CTE courses. This simply means 2 full years or 2 full credits of courses in the same area, for example, business and marketing or health and science. If you take those concentrated courses that are similar in nature, we use this as a graduation pathway as well because you're exploring your future. So again, it says you'll find the right fit and you'll talk with your counselor to make sure the one that matches your career choice. So go ahead and check off that box that you've at least been given this information. Now at the bottom where it says parent or guardian, we're going to do this at a later point in time when you go to register. One of the items on your checklist for your registration paperwork will be to show this plan to your parents or guardians. So remember, this plan lives in your Google Drive and you can open it from there to show them and have them write on it. Now, if you ever need to save your plan or get it out of here in order to turn it in, for example, to turn it into Zello, I'm going to demonstrate that now. Up at the top where it says the word file, you're going to choose file and then the word download. Finally, we're going to choose PDF, which will basically glue everything together and almost make it like a picture. So when I choose that, you'll notice I see a beautiful picture of my plan filled out, and I'll choose the word export, and now it should live in my downloads folder on my computer or Chromebook. As you can see, at the bottom of the Xella lesson for 4-year plan is an Attach File button. By pressing that, you will be able to choose a local file, and you should see the item you just downloaded out of your Google Drive, called Copy of 4-Year Plan. Once the item attaches, please simply write Done in the text box and say Turn In. As you can see, there's an additional Done button in the top right corner that will close the lesson so you can see your dashboard.